I'm Jeff, and here in balmy New York, we've still got a few weeks of heat left. And when I think about it, I cannot in good conscience let this season go without making that thing I told you I'd make. You know, that thing.
This is truly Aperol at its finest. Well, maybe? Okay, so there's this one Aperol drink that pairs with reposado tequila and mezcal that might be even better, but that will have to wait for another episode.
That's right. It's time to finally make what may be the least talked about and most refreshing endless summer Aperol drink out there. The High Horse. The High Horse was created by the immeasurably influential Sasha Petraske at his original bar, Milk and Honey. There is nothing I can say about Sasha or Milk and Honey that far more experienced bartenders and writers haven't already said, but I'm sure those folks would agree that the man and his bar are largely responsible for the renewed international interest in classic cocktails over the last 2 decades, and that Sasha's thoughtful, professional, yet unfussy approach to both making and serving drinks has helped shape the experience we all have when sitting down at or standing behind a bar. An impeccable balance of familiar flavors in a novel sequence, the High Horse is a perfect minimalist masterpiece. It doesn't even need a garnish. But with a recipe as focused and Spartan as this one, each of its few ingredients should be tip-top quality. And since one of those ingredients is grenadine, I'm making it from scratch. And you're coming with me. Grenadine comes from the word grenade, which is French for pomegranate, the primary flavor of this zippy, tart, and versatile sizzurp. Though store-bought grenadines have adorable bottles and an undeniable nostalgia factor, the big brands are not really useful for cocktail making, as many of their recipes don't even contain pomegranate anymore, and taste nothing like the real thing. Which isn't to say that super fresh is always the answer either. Grenadines made from fresh pomegranates can be a little light on flavor and thin in texture, lacking some of the darker, richer notes that we get from using just the right amount of flavor-boosted, reduced-down pomegranate. Thankfully, the world is full of pomegranate-reducing experts. Because of them, our recipe is quicker than quick. The first ingredient in our grenadine will be pomegranate molasses, which is simply pom-pom juice that's been reduced down and down and down into this liquid amazement. If you buy the right type, like this easily procurable bottle from Lebanon, there will be no additives of any kind, just 100% Pomeruni. So we'll use 4 ounces of that. But pomegranate molasses alone would be a little bit too intense as the sole base for our syrup. The flavor is almost too reduced, too cooked down for grenadine. So we'll cut that by adding 4 ounces of a slightly thinner pomegranate concentrate. I make my concentrate by grabbing the best quality pomegranate juice I can find, like this lovely organic additive-free stuff, and letting it simmer on low heat in a saucepan. Then, I just let it slowly reduce in volume by 75% over about 10 minutes, and let it cool. Easy as that. Now that we've got 4 ounces of pom-pom molasses and 4 ounces of pom-pom concentrate, we only have 2 ingredients left to incorporate. Orange flower water to bring some lightness and freshness back to the cooked components, and a bunch of simple syrup, which is right... crap. Sorry, my unpaid intern, who, as far as I understand, loves his job, was totally supposed to make the simple syrup for me. 1 second. Oh boy, this is not good. He's gonna be pissed. Yep, he's pissed. Oh well, I guess while he's down there we might as well make simple syrup, which is really quite, it's not difficult. If you've got decent drinkable tap water and you can run it hot from your faucet, you don't even need to use your stove. Just take hot water, hot as you can get it from the sink, and whisk the hot water with an equal amount of plain granulated sugar until all the sugar is completely dissolved. Then just let it cool. Stored in your fridge, it'll keep for weeks. It is that easy, so please never buy simple syrup. But do pay your interns, otherwise they tend to just throw your simple syrup up to your rooftop, and then it's on you to catch it. It's a whole thing. So yeah, add 24 ounces of cooled simple syrup to your pom-pom mixture, then 3 or 4 bar spoons of orange flower water to taste, and your grenadine is done. Let's make a high horse. This comes together real fast. First, we'll grab a big rock out of the freezer for our finished drink, letting it temper outside for a minute so it doesn't crack upon contact with liquid, as well as a second rock for shaking. Then, all we need is 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice, a half ounce of our homemade grenadine, 1 ounce of Aperol, 1 ounce of reposado tequila, which gets its woodsy, mellow flavor from a little barrel aging, and a small amount of mezcal. Now, there is a bit of mezcal debate here. Some writings about the high horse describe either a quarter or half ounce of mezcal being floated over the finished shaken cocktail, but I've usually observed the mezcal being added into the shaker, not floated, and when I first learned the drink at my old bar, which was co-founded by the late inventor of this drink, I was also taught to add a quarter ounce to the shaker. For whatever it's worth, I prefer how the mezcal contributes just a subtle hint of smoke as a shaken ingredient, rather than serving as a stronger accent as it would in a float. So though I'm not 100% sure of what is canonically correct, I'm going with a quarter ounce in shaker, though you should try it both ways and see what you like. So yeah, I'll add a quarter ounce of mezcal into the shaker. Then we simply shake hard on our big ice rock to chill down and whip some air into that horsey. And then strain. Okay, let's drink and taste and talk about it. Yeah, that might just be the greatest Aperol cocktail of them all. The bitter, herbal accents from the gentian and cinchona bark in the Aperol are complemented and deepened by the earthy, woodsy agave in the aged tequila and the mezcal. The full ounce of lime does incredible work in balancing the Aperol sweetness, and the rich but not overly sweet pomegranate in the grenadine underscores the complex fruitiness that the Aperol gets from rhubarb and orange. The slight wisp of smoke from the mezcal adds a final note of interest, piquing your curiosity and making you go back for the second sip. This isn't just a drink for Aperol fiends. You give a high horse to a margarita lover who's looking for something new, and they will almost certainly respond with a high 5, maybe even a high 6. Plus, now you have grenadine, which you can use in about 4 million other cocktails. I'll show you some of those soon. Hopefully sooner than another 2 years. Okay, bye.